Welcome to the Memetune program, Series 2, Episode 6. Coming up today, I take a wonky Roland System 100 for a ride in patching today. I attempt to ride 12 modular systems in switched on Cybersynths. In Synthesizer Club, it's more Yamahas going for a ride. And in Video Lab, I take a car for a ride. But first, I'm tied to my desk in little black boxes. In this series on Cybersynthesis, we've been experimenting with chaotic networks on modular synthesizers with the intention of creating something musically interesting with them. So far, we've explored the following ideas: chaotic feedback loops and non-linear modifiers, real-time networks and embedded randomness, the Krell patch, stochastic envelopes controlling pitch and time, Euclidean polyrhythms, algorithmic ideas for generating patterns, types of probability, Gaussian and rectangular weighting, Finally, in this episode, I want to briefly demonstrate quantizing, both in the pitch and timing domains. Randomness in our patches is all well and good, but taming that randomness is partly what cybersynthesis is about. One way to tame randomness is to use some kind of quantizing in our patches. Let's take a series of random voltages to control the pitch of an oscillator. We could use a quantizer to bring the randomness under some predetermined control. For example, to only send out notes within a certain musical scale. In a similar way, we could control a series of random clock pulses to only play within a predetermined rhythmic scale. The Gaussian module by Magnetic Freak has the ability to generate or process random triggers and then quantize their behavior in various ways. Here are some purely random triggers. And here, I switch it to 8th note quantization. And now quarter note. You can also turn down the jitter or variance, thereby adding less randomness to the original pre-quantized triggers. Finally, with no jitter, in other words, 100% quantization. I'll now attempt to demonstrate some of the techniques we've looked at in this series by setting off a giant CYBERSYNTHESIS patch using all the Memetune modulars. Today, it's more Yamahas. The Memetune Program Annual 2023.
4.
Welcome to Patching Today. Here's my wacky Roland System 100. The System 100 was Roland's first foray into modular, or rather semi-modular, synthesizers. It was made in 1976 and was the last product they ever made to use completely discrete circuits for its sound production, giving it a very powerful, warm and fuzzy sound. It was the pinnacle of the analog monosynth era, and in my opinion, it's one of the best sounding systems Roland, or anyone, ever produced. It was used on some truly pioneering albums of the early synth pop and electronic music scene. It also has groovy 70s cartoons in the user manual. Over the past few years, I've dedicated a little corner of my studio to a collection of Roland system units based around a modified 101, 102, 103 and 104. I've added in various extras to enhance the system. The main addition is the SH5, the direct predecessor to the System 100, coming out the previous year, and it was their flagship monosynth. The beauty of the System 100 is that although the various modules are grouped into predefined synthesizer units, each submodule has its inputs and outputs available on mini-jack sockets, making it what's known as semi-modular in nature. For this reason, I decided to concoct a breakout box for the functions of the SH5 so that it can integrate into the System 100 workflow. I also added voltage control to the bandpass filter, which greatly enhances its use. Let's take it for a ride. In today's patch, I'll use the System 103 mixer to process the sounds. So let's connect up the stereo output. This patch will use 3 independent voices made on the SH5, the System 101 and System 102 expander. So let's send their main outputs into the 103 mixer. The main sequence will be done on the System 104 dual 12-step analog sequencer. So I'll take the gate outputs to our various trigger inputs. As mentioned earlier, My SH5 has a special breakout panel that I completely self-manufactured. So I can integrate its various functions into the rest of the system. The 101 and 102 have patch points for all of their functions. For example, to trigger the envelopes, you just patch the gate signal in on the front panel. I'll be using the ALM ASQ1 as a note quantizer in this patch, so I'll send the clock there as well. The 104 sequencer has 2 rows of 12 CV outputs, which can be used in various ways. Today I'll use row B for the pitch data going to the quantizer. However, I've set it up to loop round every 16 steps, so it will play notes 1 to 12, then reset and play 1 to 4 again. Watch the lights moving to see what I mean. I'm doing this because I want to use row A to send out a different pattern later on. So let's send out the quantized voltages to the 3 voices. Next, I want to hard sync voice 3 to voice 2 so that they lock perfectly in tune together. The next step is what gives this patch its secret sauce. I'm going to vary the dynamics of each voice by using the cloned 100M sequencers set at different lengths, which will cycle round and send out CVs to each voice's filter in a polyrhythmic way. And I'll use row A of the 104 to modulate the filter of voice 3. Next, I'll send the echo out of the 103 mixer to the matching RE201 space echo. The final part of the patch is to send the LFO from the 101 to control the bandpass filter on the SH5. One of the excellent advantages of the non-destructive modifications I have made to this instrument. And that's today's patch. This series of Video Lab has focused on the short film I made. However, I really feel like I've covered everything I wanted to about the making of the film in previous episodes. So here's some video of our protagonist in a car. Well, that's it for the Memetune program, Series 2, Episode 6, the last one in the current season. Don't forget to look out for the new Memetune program Annual 2024, which will be available soon. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.